Mr. Migliorini came in originally wanting to rezone roughly, I believe it was 6 acres of property to RSC for a nursing home. After the Planning Commission had heard his request and approved his request, the city received multiple requests from other property owners looking for the same thing, and they came in not as a group, but they came in individually. At the public hearing and the vote of council to originally put this on the ballot, this would have been for the May election. This goes back into last January, I believe, is that there was so much confusion on who was asking what, how the legislation was written, that council voted it down. Mr. Migliorini came in again with an additional request for the same rezoning. At that time, the homeowners up there were notified, and they also came in requesting that asking could they have their property included in this. We as a planning commission, when we looked at the group of property and looked at the history of it, decided that the zoning is not best changed to RSC, but changed to BO, which is business office. The reason we chose that is RSC has a lot of conditions attached to it, and a lot of the property owners would have become, number one, non-conforming to it. You have to have a minimum of 1 acre. Some of the plots were less than that. There's an age restriction where at least one person has to be over 55 years of age in which to own it. They would have been grandfathered in, but going back into the history of Macedonia, the original town center group recommended that that property be rezoned to business office, which is BO. After that, David Hart he was the city planner, made a recommendation for the same. And then our current planner, Brian, I can't think of his last name, Brands, made the identical recommendation.
We have decided to approve of this kind of a change, and there are a few reasons. One is, obviously, it does make sense to zone that as a group. But secondly, we see opportunities for ministry that may be different from what we've done in the past.
Joe Migliorini, I just wanted to indicate that this process has been going on since November. I presented the plan back in November of 2010. We had a planning commission meeting. It was recommended to be put on the May ballot, and unfortunately there were some that felt that this was being rushed through the process. So it's 7 months later now, and I would hope that this council will give the residents of this city the opportunity to vote on this issue, because it's truly their decision and no one else's decision. Your decision here tonight is really to allow it to get to the ballot for August 2nd.
There's been a lot of contention, a lot of discussion about this, most of it dealing with procedure. It's been kind of quiet throughout most of this. But I want to say a couple things that I think are important. The fact that the first one was rejected and we've now come back with a different move, I think has made tremendous improvements to this zoning change. I think the voters need to understand what those improvements are, and I hope that the voters will approve this in August. First off, there was an issue the first time around dealing with a lot split, which had not been completed, which was going to fearfully create tax issues at the auditor's office. Mr. Migliorini made that change. I appreciate that he did that. The new plan creates a comprehensive zoning plan for a larger ordinance, or a larger area, which will allow for more continued growth in the city of Macedonia, and that's important. The other thing that is important, the original way that this was started out, and then with the amendments, we had an issue of spot zoning with one parcel of land which was sandwiched between the area where the proposed nursing home is going to be and the commercial property to the north, and I can't remember the name of that first, that's been corrected. All of this makes for better zoning, better development, and will let the city move forward. It's important to note that there is no other business office land zone except a very small parcel at the northeast corner of 8 and 82. By doing this, we are ensuring the future growth of the city of Macedonia.
One of the selling points of this project is that we're going to have a skilled nursing facility across the street. But as Mr. Migliorini himself pointed out, that's not guaranteed. But once this property, if the voters decide to rezone it, it is rezoned, then there can be many other developments, many other structures put there that fall outside that criteria.
I do want to point out that, Joe, did you not donate the land on Crow for that turn lane that I go on every day?
Absolutely.
Did you do something out here in the parking lot that connected the City Hall with 82?
Yes, I sent over the excavators and paid for that.
And you and I have never been to your house, you've never been to my house. You never gave me a penny, I never gave you a penny. And didn't you somehow arrange a $100,000 donation for Longwood Park for that concession stand with bathrooms there? Did you ever get a thank you? Because if you didn't, I'm thanking you now.
Thank you, Mike.